Okay, so now we're heading over to New York, but we're also going to be in Italy, and we're also going to be in near Brighton on the coast. So I want to introduce Tricia, back to Tricia, who is here representing Tencel. Now Tricia is the most, has always been, but in lockdown she has been the most incredible powerhouse, really supporting the denim community with so much inspiring content. I really want to say thank you for everything that you've brought that's kept us all connected. And I know you've got some great stuff and some important people that you want to bring in to talk about a project that you guys have done. But I just want to say a really heartfelt thank you to you for everything that you've done.
Thank you, Sue. And I appreciate your support during this time too, that you've participated in some of the discussions that we've had on Carved in Blue. So, and it's wonderful that we're able to get together today. It's also raining here in New York, so I'm feeling it with you guys in Amsterdam. But today we really wanted to talk a little bit about the story of our Tencel denim and future heritage and what that means. Heritage is an important element of denim culture, and there's a direct link back to pioneers such as Levi Strauss. The very name Levi's has become a tradition in the Old West, just as Western hats are invariably known as Stetsons and a revolver as a Colt. So were a cowboy's pants described by Westerners and writers as Levi's. The identifying orange thread, leather label, and oilcloth ticket, along with a copper rivet, have been used on Levi's ever since 1873. Will future generations look back at today's denim pioneers and recognize their contribution to this most iconic of garment categories? Today's pioneers realize that collaboration is the key to creating a lasting legacy in the denim arena. And it is that legacy that is firmly rooted in environmentally responsible production without losing the connection to the history of the product. And so this is a story about fiber, fabric, finish, and fit. And we'll start with our fiber story. And I want to highlight, and give an understanding of what exactly is Tencel. Fiber can be made from trees in a responsible way. Transforming trees into a soft, strong, and good-feeling fiber is what Tencel stands for. And during our chat today, we're going to have some wonderful giveaways for everyone. We have with us a couple of guests too. But first, what I want to show you is how we make Tencel, and we'll play this video for you to have a little bit more of an understanding.
Question: would you make jeans out of trees? Well, you should. Here is why. Denim made of Tencel, that's a fantastic, wonderful, amazing fiber made from sustainably grown trees, offers a variety of fantastic, wonderful, amazing benefits to denim designers, denim lovers, and get this, the planet. Tencel starts out as trees farmed on low-grade land. Use of pesticides, fungicides, and herbicides are non-existent during the final years of the tree's growth. Rainwater is the main source of water used for irrigation. When the trees are ready, they get pulverized, fustigated, and pounded into chips. Very politely, of course. Then the wood chips are made into pulp and sent to a lensing factory, where the pulp is blended with water, solvents, and science to produce Tencel, a pure white cellulose fiber. The whole process is very environmentally friendly. The only inputs of the lensing factory are wood, pulp, and water. The only outputs are water and Tencel fiber. 99.5 to 99.8% of the solvent used to make Tencel is recycled and used over and over and over and over and over and over. Tencel is so eco-friendly that the European Union gave it the European Award for the Environment. Tencel can be blended with any other fiber: silk, wool, linen, cotton, cashmere, you name it. Synthetic fibers like lycra also great partners for Tencel. Regardless of the blend, fabrics made with Tencel are always soft, supple, and strong. For denim, that means fabrics that feel as buttery and heavenly as a pair of perfectly aged jeans. Chambray shirts made with Tencel have a beautiful silky drape, and skinny Tencel blend jeans are the perfect combination of style and comfort. Now, continuing on with the Tencel is amazing theme we have going, Tencel is resilient and versatile. Tencel has strength to withstand both wet and dry garment processing, bleaching, and repeated washing without compromising the integrity of the fabric. So, there you have it, jeans from trees. Not quite what you thought. A miracle of modern science and earth-friendly feel-good fashion. The end.
Great. So now you have an understanding of how we make fiber and how we can go from trees to pulp to this wonderful soft fiber. And want to bring in then how we talk about fabric. And joining us that we have Alberto Candiani. As we move to Italy, as we go around the world from New York to Amsterdam and the UK, we're going to have Alberto join us from Italy. Alberto, your roots run deep in denim, as you're the fourth generation of the Candiani family to run your mill that's been in Italy since 1938. You have such a unique setup. I enjoy the time that I got to visit you and understand a little bit more about how you go from fiber to yarn to fabric. It was really a very interesting understanding of your heritage and the amazing product that you continue to develop. You spin, you weave, you have this expanded, you've also expanded into a retail store in Milan, and wanted to get a bit more of your perspective of what's happening now in denim. What are some ways that you bring technology into the heritage of denim?
Hi, Tricia, and thank you for hosting me. It's actually a very challenging moment for denim. It really is. And I'm not referring to the pandemic. I'm referring to the need of denim to be rediscovered as something special, because in the past 20, 30 years, it became more of a commodity type of thing. And I believe today denim can be rediscovered through sustainable innovation. Now, the biggest challenge is how to make it cool. I mean, first of all, we have to make it tangible. We have to make real sustainable innovation. We have to fight greenwashing, but then we really have to work on the communication side and the marketing in order to explore what's cool about it. And I think the new generation and the younger generation is actually ready to understand the coolness of sustainability, while the older one, it was like, sustainability is kind of BS. Nope, it's not, especially if you do it for real. It is something very meaningful, but it's also something very technical, which happens to be a little boring. So our job as a mill, as Candiani, is to develop new fabrics. I mean, you talked about heritage. Candiani is a good combination of past and heritage and future and innovation. And today there's no innovation unless it's sustainable innovation. Again, it gets very technical, but together with the brands, we need to make sure we talk a comprehensible language, and we talk to the citizen more than the consumer. Because when you think of, now you mentioned the retail experience. Now the retail experience, yes, we did open a store in Milano, and we're selling our top customers, those we have special collaborations going on. We just saw Tony, so like Kings of Indigo, for instance, and many others. So customers we share sustainable innovation with, we share passion. So we sell those guys. And in the meantime, we tell the consumer, the customer, the citizen about Candiani, about who we are, about what we do, what we put in that fabric. And again, when I say this is business to citizen, because if you look at that guy as a citizen and not as a consumer, then the perspective changes everything, and it does change the language. You are talking to a citizen. You gotta talk in a different way. You're not trying to attract somebody just to sell something. You need to make sure that he can understand what you're talking about, so he can appreciate it. And once he appreciates it, then he's gonna buy it with some love.
Exactly. And I think you're so right, because that's really what's connecting people now. And as you said, you know, citizens and citizens who are on social media, this is what they're really appreciating, is the values. And you bring such an incredible set of values to what you do. Whenever I've worked with you, it's almost like you're a chef in a kitchen, and you're really a master chef at that in how you combine different technologies to come up with new product ideas. And one that I think is wonderful is actually what I'm wearing, which is your Regen product. It was also something that Tony talked about, and it's in this product here, which our friends from Officina 39, who will be coming on after us, have done some of their own design development. Tell us what Regen is and how you came up with that.
Well, the Regen came up 2 years ago when we were celebrating our 80th anniversary, and I wanted to create recycle content rich type of fabric without compromising aesthetics and performance. So basically we were trying to create a true signature Candiani fabric with the strong recycled content and Refibra was Tencel by Refibra was the fiber that made it possible. It is recycled, regenerated Tencel that comes from scraps and industrial waste. I know you guys like to call them scraps. I love to call it industrial waste because it is magical how you can transform it into something better. And that fiber made it possible because that fiber has all the characteristics that Tencel has. It gives the extra strength to put together the other recycled fibers into that fabric to give resistance, to give strength, and also to give performance and to give a beautiful touch. And to preserve the authenticity of the denim. So we created the Regen Collection based on several different fabrics. In particular, there's one which I still consider the most beautiful fabric we ever made at Candiani. And it's been quite successful, honestly. I mean, it's a pricey fabric, but we're selling it pretty good, not just because of the awesome sustainable contents, but also because it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's right. No, it is. And you've done an amazing job of mixing our scraps, waste, spent textiles, whatever you want to call them. And I think, it's not only what we've added into the product that is from cutting factory waste, but also consumer waste. Tony talked about what's being done in Amsterdam to have an initiative to start to bring more waste into new products. And this is a great way for citizens to be active and to make sure we have less textile waste. Tell us about your store in Milan. I mean, now that you're not only weaving denim, but you're also a retailer, how can people access your store in Milan?
We are very little retailers. We're a specialty store. Again, we're selling our top customers, those we really have special exclusive things going on. And that makes it more of a research type of store, which really attracted the local community, which is kind of fancy in Milan, especially where we're located in the old town of Milano, which is kind of a design type of. It's super cool, actually. It's one of the most gorgeous parts of town. And well, not now, but in general in Milan, you have pretty interesting international guests, and lots of our customers are foreigners, like those guys that go to Milano and they just want to find out about the fashion, about the design. And it's actually fun to explain them, not just about Candiani, but it's fun to tell them about the Italian origin of denim, which happened to be created in Genova about 500 years ago. So we're fighting a little bit, you guys, you Americans, and no, wait, hold on. Levi's made it a pair of jeans, but denim, I guarantee it's an Italian thing. The blue de Gênes, the fabric of Genova, the jean. And that is something that people don't really know. So we created a store which is very Milanese. It is very Italian. It is 30 kilometers from the mill. And actually the main protagonist in the store has been the collaboration we've done with Atelier and Repair, which was based on the Regen fabric. And just to give him credit, when I talk about the citizen, I gotta give credit to Maurizio Donadi. Oh, I stole a little bit. I've been inspired for the citizen story, but and it's amazing how easy our customers understand the Regen story, and they love it. And it's beautiful, and it's been one of our top items in there.
Yeah, Maurizio is wonderful. Atelier and Repair, you can look that up online. You can also find Candiani You're at candianidenim.it, and you can also check on Instagram, the Candiani Denim Store, or you can also follow just Candiani Denim. So lots of ways to get in touch with Alberto. Thank you very much for joining us today, Alberto. We'll see you soon, I hope, and I can't wait to be in Milan to visit the store.
Will be a pleasure. Ciao, Tricia. Thank you very much. Bye, everybody.
Ciao.
Bye, bye, bye.
Next, now that we've talked about fiber and we've talked about fabric, let's talk about finish and fit, because this is what really makes a denim garment so unique. And today I like to bring on Mohsin Sajid. Thank you, Mohsin. So nice to see you. Yeah,
Thank you.
so you are so inspiring to many people in the denim industry, and I think that's important for people to understand. And you bring, you know, this mix of the past into what's happening now. You integrate technology. Tell us a little bit about your background, Mohsin.
Okay, I'm a trained fashion designer, so I graduated about nearly 20 years ago. But one of my first jobs straight out of like university was working for like Levi's Japan and working for a company called Okini. And I ended up working for Revisu and loads of other denim companies. And I got headhunted and worked for like Edwin Jeans in like Japan. Many years later, I went to like DKNY Jeans and then Timberland at VF. So my whole career for the first 10, 15 years was working for really big brands. And for the last 8 years, I've had my own design consultancy called ENDRIME, which I do together with my wife, Sadia. And now we work a lot with Mills, and we work with you, like Tricia, as well, doing all the carved in blue stuff and designing concept collections. It's been a lot more like rewarding being at that part of the end of it's been more rewarding this part of my career than it was the early part of my career. Now I get to work with fabrics that haven't been released yet and get to do concept collections, and it's a lot more fun. So I influence other designers, and that's a lot more fun position to be in, and you get to play with things that people don't get to see very often. So good. Yeah.
Yes, no, and you did this wonderful collection, which is the jacket that I have on today that we worked on together. We call it our hardware collection, where you mixed ideas. And we only have a couple of minutes, but if you could just tell us a little bit about how you come up with these amazing pieces, what's your inspiration behind a perfect denim design?
Wow, okay, there's many things. Well, I collect and I teach as well. So one of the things that I do is I collect lots of vintage garments from all around the world, from vintage fairs to flea markets to the most strangest places, even like recycling like centers. And a lot of these things influence the collections that I do for clients as well as myself, but it's mostly to inspire other people. That's what I found. That's been my calling now. And yeah, and this is a piece that I found in Pakistan. It's a type 2 jacket, which I found in a recycling sort of center. And this one actually inspired the jacket that we did for you. So, you know, and that's actually also using the Candiani sort of like Regen like fabric, but we didn't carbon copy it. We took influence by it, but we added in a single stitch that goes round. We added like selvage. Like sort of like details as well on like the inside. We did lots of clean finishing. I'm a bit of a finical person. I like things to be finished and made really well. So I don't like any overlocking or anything like that. So we made sure it's like super duper clean on the inside. We did our stamp story as well. So the whole Tencel story in there. It's just a really beautiful, well executed collection using a recycled Tencel fabric. You can't go wrong. It's like, you know, and I've had a calling really since I've been working for like you guys the last 3 years. Now I just don't want to go back. I don't want to be using any polyester. I want to really make things properly and like considered, and want to make things like really last and do the things in the most sustainable way possible. And just like as Tony and like Alberto said, it's a really interesting time, and it's a very exciting time to be a designer, because yeah, you can easily go back and use really the older ways of working, but if you can design a garment and it's made more in the most sustainable way, finished in the most sustainable, you know, it's just much more better for everyone, and you feel a lot more proud actually doing it. So yeah.
Exactly. It's an exciting time to be a designer. It's a great time to also be a citizen, a customer, and to really, you know, show your values through what you wear. And I want to highlight a couple of our giveaways. This is one giveaway, which I'm really proud of. And I know you are too, Mohsin, because Mohsin made this book, which is the story of our collection and what we worked on together. It is signed by Mohsin. We're giving this away. You can find out more information. We're going to put the card up in a minute. The other giveaway that we have is a Tencel denim bag. So you can follow us on Carved in Blue. That's our blog where you can find out more information. It's on Carved in Blue. If you follow Denim Days Festival, as well as following Carved in Blue, write a comment on what does Carved in Blue mean to you. And then we will be having our drawing. We'll do this. We'll give everybody today and tomorrow to get their comments on what Carved in Blue means to them. And you certainly have seen throughout the show and in our posts, our Tencel mini jean. So yay, there's a mini jean. This is made out of Tencel denim. It's from White Oak Cone, a denim mill in the United States. So thank you everyone for joining us today. There's some other great brand partners that you're going to hear from. Scotch and Soda, our friends out of Cina 39 in Italy, and also our friend Ian Barry will be joining tomorrow, because remember, Denim Days is for 2 days. Thank you, everyone. Tencel Denim feels so right. Thanks.